pressure, whatever, heartbeats, whatever, right? And if the body gets too high to the upper limit, we will respond to bring it back down. If we get too low, we will respond to bring it back down. So this is normal physiology. This is not normal physiology. The body never, which is what people think, I think a lot of times when you think of homeostasis, that you keep it constant. No. If this were body temperature, we could all say, oh, your body temperature, what's your body temperature supposed to be?
98.
We don't use that anymore.
36.6?
Yeah, listen, 37 degrees, what? Bananas?
Celsius.
We don't use 90. Nobody uses 90. But actually, whatever. But we could take, my point is we could take all of our temperatures right now. There may only be a couple of us that are at 37, so it might be 37.4, 37.3, or whatever, right? But we're all within some range. And if I go outside and it's really hot and my temperature starts to increase, my body will do something to bring it back down. If I go outside and it's too cold and my temperature starts to decrease, my body will do something to bring it back up. So throughout the day, our temperatures fluctuate all day long with the external environment. So homeostasis is just keeping it in this kind of zone of tolerance, if you will. Within the upper and lower limits. That shows you a positive feedback. Isn't that pretty? This is a positive feedback here where stretching of the cervix stimulates the release of oxytocin, which causes the uterus to contract, which makes the pressure inside the uterus go up, which makes the cervix stretch even more, which gives you even more oxytocin, which makes it contract even harder, which makes it stretch even more, so you get more oxytocin. So this is a more until childbirth, and the stimulus is gone. There's no more pressure on the cervix and stretching at that point. So that's a very transient, by that I mean a very, very temporary kind of thing. The other thing to keep in mind, and this is totally out of context, but this will come up occasionally, is that sometimes the body exhibits natural rhythms where we at some point of the day it's natural to be up here, and other points it's to be down here. So what that means is that set point can change periodically depending upon what time of day it is or whatever. Biological rhythms are called, many of them that we see are called circadian. Circa means about, dia, a day. So these are rhythms that occur over the course of a day, circadian rhythms. Temperature fluctuations, hormonal fluctuations, certain hormonal fluctuations have regular patterns over the course of the day. And I'll show you that in a minute. Some other things you have to realize is that the body can acclimatize to a different set of conditions. So for example, if I'm down here at sea level, my normal hematocrit, that's my proportion of red blood cells, right, is somewhere in the neighborhood of, let's say, 45% of my total blood volume should be erythrocytes. That's down here at sea level. If I go live at 15,000 feet for a long period of time, though, right, my hematocrit, that set point changes, and it now comes up to 50%. And that's because there's less oxygen up there, right? So I need to have a greater oxygen carrying capacity. So my body acclimatizes to that. We misuse the word acclimation and acclimatization. If it is naturally occurring to a normal environment like I just described to you, we call that acclimatization. If it is in a laboratory setting through experimentation or whatever, that's acclimation. Okay. You know, it's kind of, they're really similar words, but acclimation literally is artificial. Acclimatization is a body's natural response to something. Okay? And you'll see these misused all the time. You'll hear me misuse them too, I'm sure. This shows you some typical biorhythms. Here's a